Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to my channel update for August 2017. First, I'd like to greet all of my new subscribers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out to view my videos. This is where I go ahead and provide you, the viewer, the updates on what's been going on with the channel and what is going to be going on with the channel in the near future, and ask for your feedback. This is where if you've got any suggestions, any requests, go ahead and shoot them out to me. I've already got a laundry list of stuff to approach based on old user feedback. I gotta admit, I've had a rough week here. I've had a rough week. It's like the most discouraging week I've had for YouTube and for going ahead in general. Now, it's not to say that I intend to stop doing these videos anytime soon, because I have a lot of stuff I still want to do, and I have a lot of projects unfinished that I need to do. But I got two kind of issues that showed up, and I don't want to sound like a whiner or anything, but these are definitely going to impact how I go forward with things. First of all is something that happened, in my real life. Those of you who have been watching for a while know that this is definitely not my day job. I manage properties, and I go ahead and make sure that they are good for rent, and I get a cut off of that, and the properties are actually mostly owned by family members, although I take freelance stuff from time to time. Anyway, the simple fact of the matter is that those of you who are also longtime viewers know that I live in the southeast Texas. I live on the Texas coast. The properties I watch were directly in the path of the hurricane that hit. And the town nearest to where they are was pretty much, I want to say, mostly demolished. As for how that's going to impact, the channel, simple fact of the matter is that I am going to have a lot of work cut out for me in the next at least month, possibly a long time going forward, in terms of seeing what can be salvaged, seeing how they can be brought back, or if nothing can get brought back, then finding more income, like an alternate source of income. And it's pretty, there's a lot of unknowns right now, because I can't even go into the area right now. As of this recording, I can't go into the area to see if these things are still standing or not. And none of the people I can contact are able to either. So I don't know whether I've actually got any more income right now. And the simple fact of the matter is that since the majority of these are, owned by my family, they are out of it too. And so there's going to be a lot going on in my real life. So what does this mean? This means I'm going to have, just as I saw, time opening up to work on a lot of videos and projects that I had planned for a while, then this happens. And I usually set my monthly goal, okay, what am I going to do over the next month to improve the channel here? My monthly goal next month is just to make sure everything's going all right, with my income, with my property, or with the properties I watch. See what I can do going ahead to make sure that I can eat. So does that mean videos are going to stop? No, that does not mean videos are going to stop. It does mean I have to prioritize things a bit differently. Then on the other, on the flip side, I do have ads running on my videos, and last week I actually had a number of them go ad. A number of them, I have not had a lot of videos go limited monetization before. Not appropriate for advertisers. That has not been a problem on my channel, despite how much I swear in my average Let's Play, because I tend to shy away from things that end up, causing causing controversy and stuff. You know, I've covered stuff like that here and there, but for the most part, I just go straight forward to the point. Well, I had a number of videos in the last week flagged not advertiser friendly, and these aren't even, you know, a couple of them were gameplay videos, but they were stuff I was not commonly monetizing anyway. But now I've got a lot. I've got 3 of the last 4 reviews I did. Reviews of role-playing game content, not even like the Indie Game Fridays, but like reviews of tabletop game content are all of a sudden not advertiser friendly, and it's boggling me. Now, I don't make enough off this channel for that to really be a huge impact to me. But it is kind of discouraging going forward because, you know, I use the revenue I get from this channel, from the advertising revenue, from the affiliate links, from the patron status, to basically make this hobby self-sustaining. I use it to purchase new equipment. I use it to purchase things to review that, because I of course don't get review copies for the vast majority of stuff that I review. I use it to purchase games for my Let's Plays. And when I see, like, just as it seems that I'm picking up on views and you know, slowly but surely growing my audience, I'm seeing the work I put in go up, the number of views I go up, and thank you for that. The number of subscribers I have go up, and thank you for that. And then the amount of money I get from the ads in order to keep getting games and new equipment and stuff to put out to the audience here going down. So what does that mean? As I said, I don't make enough from this channel to really make a huge difference. But it has been... Sorry, I had something on my lip. It has been paying for itself. I recently was able... In fact, going on the projections, I recently picked up my new rig a couple months back, and it's been doing very well in terms of getting stuff recorded without any of the frame rate problems I used to have, without any of the technical difficulties I used to have, and I was actually very pleased with that. But you know, I was thinking every time I see a light at the tunnel, it seems that YouTube's pulling out the rug from it. So what I've been thinking of doing is concentrating on stuff that is, you know, I'm just going to prioritize things a little bit more. See what I can do. I need to see what I can do to make the Patreon thing attractive. Because I can tell you I can't tell you the exact numbers in terms of what I get for YouTube. But I can tell you right now, I get, you know, enough from Patreon to pay for my books and such, and bring you the reviews. Therefore, so, you know, if I had to go like pure Patreon and like just ditch whatever ads or whatever that I have on my current videos, I'm not sure how that would work out. Like, I think I may set like a new goal on my Patreon. So if it reaches it, I just disable ads on, like, you know, a lot of stuff. So tell me if there's any interest in that. I know, like, the majority of you, if you don't like ads, you've already got them blocked, and that's cool. That's cool. But what do you think about that? If I were to focus, like, really buckle down and focus on the Patreon side of things to fund the channel, and then that may allow me to go ahead and just remove ads from not all of my stuff, but like a decent amount of my stuff. I think that might be a way to go forward. Now, in terms of content, yeah. Now's the content planning. Pandavision, whom you may have seen pop up in my credits now, I've got a tier on my Patreon that says if you give this amount a month, that I go ahead and put you in the credits. He's actually been at that tier for a while, but he said he didn't want any fanfare on it. Went ahead and put him on there anyway because the man has been very generous. He has recently given me a bunch of games. I am now set up for Let's Plays for, I want to guess, like the next year. So let me go ahead and talk to you about those. In terms of Let's Plays, they've been really slow for a couple of weeks, and that is just totally on me. And I don't want to blame Underrail, but Underrail. Now I'm going to have to beep that out. Yeah, I'm going to beep that out. Underrail, like, I like it, but it's such a chore. It's such a chore. And when I sit here and play Underrail, when I sit down and say, okay, I got an hour to go ahead and get some, because things have been so busy. I go, okay, I've got an hour to get some footage. Let me sit down, and it always takes me like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get the footage for Underrail. So, and then I say, okay, well, I won't do one today then. And then the next day I'm stuck, going, oh, well, it's time for Underrail. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, instead of alternating them, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record what I have time for and put it up. I'm still going to finish Underrail because I like finishing my Let's Plays. But if I get here and I feel like going ahead and knocking Hordes of the Underdark out, and I know I'm real close to the end of that, then I'll do that. And I'll get Underrail as I have time to address Underrail. So what this should hopefully do is let me get back up to the 4 to 5 Let's Plays a week. Although the majority of them might be, Heroes or Hordes of the Underdark or whatever I end up after that. And what do I have planned after that? Well, for Hordes of the Underdark, the replacement Let's Play for Hordes of the Underdark, I was going to do like a Witcher series thing, but I think I'm going to hold off on the Witcher series because I haven't finished reading the books yet. And I kind of really want to finish reading the books. They're awesome books, by the way. If you have not read the Witcher series, I do recommend it for people who like fantasy. But I'm going to finish reading the books, and then I'm going to do my Let's Plays on that. So in the meantime, one of the games that I was given by Pandavision, and one of the games that has actually been requested of me 8 or 9 times so far, is Divinity: Original Sin, the first one. Not the first one of the entire series, that would just be Divine Divinity, but Divinity: Original Sin. So, he gave me that, I may as well play it. So, expect Divinity: Original Sin after Hordes of the Underdark. After Underrail, which I will finish, then I will be going to Fallout 2 after Underrail. And after that, I'll go through the rest of the Fallout series. And hopefully that'll actually be quicker. Because I remember the Fallout series goes a little bit quicker because even though it's kind of rough, it's not like a super chore to play. So hopefully we'll be getting on track with the Fallout series after Underrail. As for the rest of my content, some of you may have noticed that I've been kind of lax on the RPG News Roundup lately. As I said, as I've always said, that's not something I really enjoy doing, but I'm going to continue to do it anyway. I've just been trying to tweak the format of it a little bit. Tabletops and Taverns, Season 2 is going to have one more episode, and then I'm going to call it on that one for a couple months. Because what I want to do with Season 3 of Tabletops and Taverns is to structure the whole season beforehand. And this is not usually something I do. Usually I just address these things as, they come to me. So Tabletops and Taverns Series 3 is going to be structured. I'm going to try and sketch out every single episode I want to do beforehand and then go from there. It's going to be a little bit more informational. I'm probably going to do Tabletops and Taverns Series 3 is probably going to be all about designing a campaign and playing the RPGs from scratch. And it's not, I'm going to try and do it from like a beginner scan. I've got several videos here and there about, how to do this for beginners, whatever. I'm going to try a very straightforward, informative thing where I go from beginning to like mid-range design elements and do them in a role like that. And that's what I've got planned for Tabletops and Taverns Season 3. As for RPG Storytime, I'm going to continue to do that whenever I got time. I already got a couple of them in the queue. They should have been out like last month, but stuff. My schedule's just been wild here, so I'm going to get those as I have time. As for other things, Indie Game Friday is going to continue for at least another month. I usually wrap up close to the end of the year on that one, and then prepare the next season. Give a little bit of time for games to build up to cover. My tabletop gaming reviews. I've got a couple in the queue, and I've got like about 5 to 6 that I want to do. That I'll do as I have time, but it's going to be as an as I have time thing. What I need to do in order to grow this channel a lot is get things into a schedule, and life just has not cooperated. And now that I've got to figure out what to do, with the properties and such, and there's no hope that I'm going to get into a regular schedule for next month. But I'm going to try and keep things going as I have time. And I keep saying, I want to do more live streams, but yeah, it's not going to happen next month. Maybe the month after. Maybe if things settled out by then maybe so. But we'll see. Anyway, that is what I've got planned. More of the same. It's just been so discouraging with everything that's been going on that it's just really difficult to plan for the next month. Hopefully things are going to work out well. I always have a plan. I always try to have a plan for everything. Category 4 storm swiping over my, the properties I depend on for an income was not something I had necessarily planned for. I should have. I've been living on the coast, for my entire life, but it was not something that I had planned, because we haven't had one for a long time. We haven't had one that damaging for a long time. And we certainly haven't had one sit on it. I certainly haven't had one just sit there and spin for hours upon hours, and just completely, demolish the place. So for those who are interested, I may let you guys know. Here's another thing, and this is from I was going to say let you guys know on social media, but those of you who have been following me on Twitter pretty much know that I haven't been updating Twitter except for the video stuff, and it boils down to I hate Twitter now. I hate Twitter. I'm going to come out and say it. I hate Twitter. It's like I used to go on there to keep in touch with people that I know online, and to find out various news from the RPG kind of thing, to keep my eye out on various RPGs. But it's like the longer Twitter's out, the more toxic it gets. So those of you who follow me on Twitter, I'm going to continue to use Twitter as I've been effectively using it for several months, and that is to let you guys know when my videos hit. So if you aren't subscribed, you should be subscribed, but if you aren't subscribed and you want to know when certain videos hit, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I always post when I launch stuff on Twitter. But I'm no longer going to really check it out. It's not going to be my primary contact. I'm going to try and actually do more with Facebook. Not because I think Facebook's much better, but because I need to move into that space and get some stuff worked on there. So, I may repost some of my vids on Facebook. Anyway, I just gotta basically spend the next month or so battening down the hatches and getting things straightened out in my life. Yeah, let me know, what content you'd rather me prioritize. Let me know if you think me prioritizing my Patreon stuff would be a good deal. Because if I can make it worth people's while to get that Patreon, then I can eventually just start dropping ads on various video series. For those of you who still don't run ad blocker or whatever, I think that would be an interesting thing, because the more, as I said, YouTube can do whatever they want in terms of allocating ads, but quite frankly, if it's gonna be if I got to start worrying about reviewing retro 1950s sci-fi tabletop role-playing games for fear they may not be advertiser friendly, and my channel is nowhere big enough to get the review process done. Yeah, if I gotta start watching out, for reviewing like sword and sorcery role-playing games and stuff, then it's getting real silly. So I would hate to see those people who do YouTube for a living. I would hate to be in their shoes right now. I'm as much crap as it is that I got to go ahead and find new sources of income here. I would hate to be reliant on an algorithm like that, man, because that is just. I mean, some of the videos that are getting flagged for non-advertising friendly, I would have thought those videos where I sit there and cuss up a storm because I'm getting frustrated would be flagged. But no. In fact, a lot of the times it's the videos where I intentionally, moderate my language that are getting flagged, and I'm just I can't. It's like, I would think that cursing and stuff would be the big one, but it's not. And I can't cover, certain tabletop role-playing games. I can't cover, I knew horror was like a flag. Like, my Darkwood video was flagged as not advertising friendly. And I understand that because it's a horror game. But I'm getting stuff, where I'm just looking at a camera and talking about a website getting flagged for not advertiser friendly. So I don't know what to do there. Anyway, God, I think I've been rambling for a while now. Some of you guys like it when I'm rambling, but I'm gonna try and do more old school stuff. I've got so much I want to do. And I was hoping this was gonna be the fall where I get everything together and start putting out awesome content like nonstop, and start really getting my act together. And then a storm happens. But oh well, you can't plan for the random. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling at you guys now. As always, leave me feedback. Like if you see anything you like. Dislike if you dislike it. Comment if you got feedback. Subscribe if you want to check out more of my RPG and RPG related content. This has been the RPG Chart Crawler. Until next time, take care and goodbye.